Who rocking with me on this Spliff Talk? Wait for some people to get in the building. It's Spliff Talk, baby. We out here. Send out the notifications. Burley on deck. Spliff Talk. I'm gonna give my peoples some time to step in the building. Wipe your feet. Coat and hat at the door. No ego. Come into the room with no ego. Salute, salute. Spliff Talk. Who rocking with me? Who with me? Who out there? My peopleizations, as Blue Blood would say. Who out there? Who out there with me on this Spliff Talk? It's Burley, man. It's Burley, man. You know how we do. You know how we do. We talk to the Spliff Bongo. We talk to the Spliff Pongo. That's right. And to my Spliff Pongo. So let me light up the spliff. Now I had somebody jump on here and said, because I said that my other two Spliff Talks had got erased. And he said maybe it was the pugilistic gods letting me know I shouldn't puff the Mary Jane or have a Spliff Talk where I'm puffing the Mary Jane and breaking down stuff. So how y'all feel about that? Is Mary Jane an evil thing? Is the Mariganja, the Herbalicious, the wacky weed, is that a bad thing, y'all, for training? Because I know as someone who works out a lot, you can stay in a lot of pain. So what do you do for your pain? If you training 4 or 5 hours a day, what do you do? And this ain't knocking anybody. This is a straight question. You know, I puff the Mariganja. Some people may meditate. Some people may do Oxycontin. You know what I'm saying? Some may even do meth. I don't know. I don't know what you do in your recovery phase. Me, I use the Mary Jane. And I was smoking before I met Wilson Pitts. But Wilson Pitts, my head teacher, he puffs the chronic too. And he has something called 3-spliff boxing, where you had to smoke 3 fat spliffs and then spar him. And he did it because he said it was the only way he could simulate someone just knocked you out, you woke up, and you still got to fight. And you got to clear the cobwebs out your head and get down to the business. I seen in Chile they have boxing with Mary Jane. Like you smoke and then you work out. So I don't know. You know, one thing I know for sure that I want to put on here is that, and I say this with all kindness, your opinion is not warranted unless it's asked for. Let me say that again. Your opinion is not warranted unless it's asked for. So if no one asked you your opinion and you just do it out there, it has no weight. There's no substance to that opinion, because opinions, as I was told, are like assholes. Everybody got one. So unless your opinion is asked for, it's not warranted. And what you're doing by giving an opinion that's not warranted is pretty much trying to put your idea, your way of beliefs on someone else. And as men, we got to prevent this. Because see, when men are wrong, the nation's wrong. When men are not being checked, when men are not at their highest level, that's when everything goes crazy, haywire. When men are over emotional, everything can go haywire. So men have to, really work on controlling their emotions. And to me, martial arts is one path that does that. Like the martial path can really help you to get your emotions under control So that way you're not giving unwarranted opinions, not trying to spread the way you feel or think on another person, another God. Everybody has to be free for in their own journey. Now, if someone comes to you and asks you for help or your advice, I think is warranted. You should give it. And even then, when you give it, know that your advice may work for you, but not work for someone else. So you got to be very careful when giving advice, you know, because a winner for you is not a winner for everybody. So you want to keep your advice and your opinion as general as you can, away from you, because that's you. You know, me giving my opinion on something like a car broken down, that's because of the facts. It's not because I feel that you should do something else with your car. I will go off the facts, you know, mechanically what's wrong with the car. Same thing here. Because when you give your opinion to a man, alpha man, that and it's not warranted, it could go wrong. You could hear some shit that you don't want to hear. So you must be careful with spreading your beliefs to others. Like, I try not to give my opinion haphazardly. That's why I'm not on too many people's pages saying, hey, this shit won't work. Your martial art won't work. That won't work. In real time, this will work. You won't see too much of Light Burley doing that. And there's a reason. Because I don't know. It could work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I don't like how it looks, or, you know, how it may go down in execution, it may work for you. So I'm not going to put down someone else's work off of my opinion. And that's the same thing that's happening in 52. You know, you got people who don't believe, who believe their style of 52 is the top of the pile. And that's fair for their beliefs. They can believe that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not testing that theory, then what are you saying? Like, I believe for 52 blocks, all 52 block practitioners, we should be all out there proving the point. Instead of trying to prove who's 52 is the top. You know, if your 52 works, you should get in the ring. Get in the MMA cage. Go have some sparring sessions. And this is not just to prove that it works, but it's going to help you make it work. Because the more you keep putting yourself under that type of pressure, the more you will grow in your style. Pressure and heat make a diamond, baby. So you want that pressure of sparring. This is not an ego thing. If you can't go into it an ego thing, because then you won't spar. You know, you'll get hit and feel some sort of way. So you have to remove the ego so you can learn. And when you jump in that ring, as my teacher, salute, Misty Knight Productions, as my teacher used to say, you know, check your ego at the door. Make Laura flip. Salute, salute. My people's passing through. My peoples are passing through. That's right. You know, you have to remove the ego from your art so you can actually grow in your art. I'm telling you, in the world of martial arts, there's a lot of ego because there's a lot of men involved. Not saying that our women ain't up in there kicking down doors, whooping ass and taking names. They are. They are out there. The Clarissa Shields, they are out there. But by the numbers, it's more men. So there's a lot of ego in there. Even when I hold pads for somebody, I got to tell them to calm down. Like, yo, homie, these pads ain't did nothing to you. Why are you all aggressive on my pads? You know, instead of trying to learn the technique, the first thing most men want to show is that, yo, I'm strong. Strength may not help you in the fight. Power can. Power is way more coordinated and explosive and surrounded and all the other good stuff. But strength by itself is limited, like the strength of my arm compared to the power of my body. But ego kills all of that because you'll believe that you already got it. That's why a lot of people in the fights, I hear a lot of people like, yeah, I did boxing. And like, now I ask them, like, how long you been boxing? 6 months. 6 months and you did boxing? Wow. That's ego. I've been in the boxing game for years, and I still don't say I'm still learning. There's no end to the, there's no end. There's no cap on the bottle. There's none of that. There's no cherry on the sundae. It's a life journey once you get on this martial path, because you have to change things about yourself that are going to take a lot of time. A lot of time. Me learning how to relax in the fight took a lot of time. Like, the hardest thing to do to me is relax in the fight. You can get all of the good techniques and drills, but to calm down when someone's trying to kick your ass is hard. Aranash 1, salute. We light up together, shields up. Salute from Michigan. So I got a little couple more people in the building. So I want to ask the question. Brother told me I shouldn't put up my Spliff Talk videos because health reasons, or I guess maybe it doesn't look right. So what do y'all think? Like I said, I believe Mary Jane and fighting go together. I believe they're one and one, because I train, I be hurting, my body be in a lot of pain. So I got to turn to my Mary Jane. When the body's in pain, I call upon Mary Jane. Samuel Jack said, do you, bro? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Shields up. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Do what makes you happy. See, my peoples are talking now. That's what I see Mike Tyson podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike. I wonder if anybody getting up there telling Mike he shouldn't be smoking on camera. And I was saying before, men have to watch out for that. Like, you can't give unwarranted opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you feel about smoking. That's not how I may feel about smoking. But I'm going to ask my peoples that I do my Spliff Talk videos for, if is the spliff bothering you? Does the spliff bother you while we sit here and chew the fat on this martial art thing? I hope not. I hope not. Because we ain't smoking crack. We ain't doing meth. Now, a lot of people say weed is a gateway drug. How many people believe weed is a gateway drug? That if you smoking weed, you can walk through the gateway and you could be puffing on the crack pipe. Not too soon from that. I don't know. I don't believe in that. 420 friendly. Salute. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Like I said, me and my teacher did 3 spliff boxing. So we was smoking. We puffed. And we ain't seen nothing wrong with it. And like I said, in Chile, they got a program of boxing that goes along with puffing. So, I'm just saying, that was just a question because someone left that comment on my page. But let's get down to the fact of the matter. Who is the king of 52? Who is the motherfucking king? Who wearing the crown in 52? The answer is, does it matter? Does it matter who's wearing the crown? Are the people learning? Are the people getting the information? Are they understanding? Is the culture growing? I think those are way more relevant things. Jack Style in Mortal Kombat should be 52. Yeah, hell yes. I think Mortal Kombat needs a 52 block fighter. One of these video games need a 52 block fighter. And I'm open for work. If you know anybody that knows somebody that's involved in that game, holla at your boy. Tekken. Fawns Bless said Tekken. Tekken is Tekken is that's classic. Classic. That's up there with Street Fighter. Street Fighter and Tekken, they gotta be the classics. Mike Tyson Punch Out, Knockout, and all that. Those are classic fighting games. Classic. No matter how good graphics get, I don't think nothing's gonna be topping those. So who is the king of 52? I know y'all watch 52 block videos. What y'all think about what y'all see? Some of the stuff I see from being a fighter that gets in the ring and spars a lot, I don't know if it'll work. How did I meet my teachers? Wow. Well, how I met Roberto and Wilson, now that's a good story. Because before I met them, I was reading a lot of books, and in the books it would always say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And it sounded like a whole bunch of martial mumbo jumbo. But I had met this female, got it to the crib, tried to get something cracking, didn't work. So in the morning time, I was like, she has to leave. So as in the morning time, I woke her up. I'm walking her to our house. Now this part, for some reason, I never walked down this street. Hell no, Jake Paul won't last one round with Mayweather. But Mayweather is stretch it out because he knows how to carry a fighter. But I'm walking down a path, a street I've never walked down in this area that I lived in for a while, and it was a park, Thompson Square Park. As I'm walking past the park, it became magical, like a mist came out of nowhere, and walking in the circle was Roberto Sharp. So I totally walked away from the young lady, walked up on him, said, "Hey, that's not Tai Chi." And in the midst of walking the circle, he looked at me, went in his pocket, passed me a card, and said, "No, it's Bagua," and he walked away, just like that. Ain't say nothing to me. He didn't sell himself. He didn't bring out his certificates on all of the people he beat up. So that was very impressive to me. Very impressive that he said little, because a lot of the teachers I had met before then, they went into a whole kit and caboodle about, who they were and what they could do. So days later, I called Mr. Roberto back, and my journey started. From Mr. Roberto, I met Mr. Wilson, and anybody who knows my story knows Wilson Pitts is the top of the mountain for me, and that was it. What's my 52 block Mount Rushmore? Oh man, mathematics almighty came with the real question. That's what I'm talking about. I want questions like that. Mount Rushmore. Okay. All right. So not to be vain, but of course this light Burley. Bang. I'm up there. G. Hove, one of my teachers who passed away from cancer. Bang. He's up there. That's two heads up there now. Yeah. Yeah. He stays on the bike. So we got G. Hove, we got Light Burley. Now, one of the guys, Shamik, that from my 52 block story where I first seen the triangle trade, he was insane with it. So, Sha. So now you got Light Burley, G. Hove, and Sha. Now, who taught me 52? Okay, I'm going to get into that. That's like a long line there. So we got Sha, Light Burley, G. Hove. Now, a lot of people gave a lot of credit to Mother Dare, and I'm not knocking Mother Dare out the list, but he ain't gonna make the Mount Rushmore. So, my third person would have to be, I guess I'm gonna have to go with Glassman. He was another very famous 52 block fighter known for cutting people with his knuckle. So that would be my Mount Rushmore. Light Burley, G. Hove, Sha, Glassman. Now, who taught me 52? Oh, it was a couple of people. I started it off with my cousins, Tyrone Armstrong, Shaq, Goo, Sha, of course. Then I moved to Manhattan, and I met Mr. 52. We sparred a lot. G. Hove. Salute. That's right, Glass Man. Gotta give love to Glass Man. They don't talk about him enough. G. Hove. And that would probably be about it. Yeah, that'd probably be basically my most influential 52 block people that I dealt with. So I'm, and even though I'm Mr. 52, his students over there talking crazy, I can't, you can't erase people from your story. Every Friday he came down and we would slap box for hours. But the thing with slap boxing is you don't learn how to punch correctly from slap boxing. That's the problem with slap boxing. It's good, but it's not going to help you against someone that knows how to whoop ass. Like, you could be in trouble if all you got is slap boxing. You need to learn how to punch correctly, turn your punches over. There we go. Mathematics, mathematics almighty. That's right, a sparring partner, not a teacher. Internal energy. Internal energy, the thing about internal energy is that they always make it mystical and magical, and that's what really makes the internal arts hard to understand and use in real time. You need a teacher who can simplify it. Internal martial arts pretty much is intuitive martial arts. What you feel is going to happen. So, in boxing is what we see is going to happen. It can go to feel too, but it's what you see and is happening. Internal energy is more what you feeling is happening. We got 13 people in the building and only 7 likes. Can we get more likes than people in the building? I'm not one of those people that like to beat up on that issue, but come on now, 7 likes, 12 people. Let's step this up. So internal energy is what you feel, and it takes sensitivity. That's why you see a lot of the drills I do with rolling the balls on the wall, pause, and and all of those type of drills is to build up sensitivity. Yes, sir. Mathematics almighty, my family. Yes, sir. Buddhism through my uncle. Yes, yes. Turning the arm into the palm. I like that. In sensitivity, we turn the arm into the palm. I'm gonna have to put that on the t-shirt. That was real nice. We turn the arm into the palm. That right there is everything in internal arts. That should be the motto. Turn your arm into your palm. If you can understand that, then you rocking with internal martial arts. Now you start thinking about qigong and stuff like that, and that's just breathing. How to breathe correctly. Most people don't breathe correct. So when you taking the breath, most people suck in. That's wrong. As you taking the breath, your stomach goes out. It doesn't push in. It pushes out, because that's you pushing the air to the, what do they call that? The diaphragm. Chinese said the danjian. I'm probably saying it wrong, but something like that. But that's you pushing the air to the bottom of your stomach instead of breathing at your chest. So when you breathe in and you pull your stomach in, the air stops here. When you push your stomach out, you push the air down to your belly, and you push the air out. And this is the real breathing you need. Yes, to the solar plexus. This is the breathing you need that helps you to do what? Think on your feet. That's right. That's right. An internal student of the universe. Buddhism is the science, not the religion. See, a lot of people got religions, and this is where shit gets twisted at. But Buddhism is a science of life, cause and effect. It gets no realer than that. Buddhism says you can smoke crack. You can smoke crack, carry the gat, and be willing to bust back. Now, what's the effects of smoking crack, carrying the gat, and being willing to bust back? Police, death, death of your family, kidnapping. So that's where Buddhism stops at. We don't say you can't do that. There's a lot of religions that say, oh, don't smoke. Don't do this. That's nonsense. Like, what God would be so, and I'm going to use the word petty to worry about what you're smoking on. You know what I'm saying? What God has time for that? No, that would be a petty God. Like, you smoking a cigarette? Oh, not getting into heaven. Kick his show. Guard, kick his ass out of heaven. He was smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, even smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? Where would God have to mix in with that? When we got so many other problems going on. That's right. Buddha walked the middle path. That's what Tai Chi teaches you. Tai Chi is basically about finding the middle. I got you. Avery Julian. Yeah, it changes the size of the ball, helps you increase that area or be more Pacific. So when you use a basketball, it's easier. It's a big surface. The smaller the ball you use, the more you have to concentrate. So the smaller the balls, the harder. The bigger the ball, the easier. Pause. Yeah. So Tai this basically boils down to find the middle. Don't be too left. Don't be too right. Find the middle. That's what Tai Chi is trying to say. Even in the fight, it's saying don't be too offensive. Don't be too defensive. Find the middle. That's Tai Chi in the fight. So if you're way offensive, you're not being Tai Chi. If you're way defensive, you're not being Tai Chi. You must hit it right in the middle. And that's why Buddha walked the middle path. In Buddhism, it sits in the middle. Salute. Salute, Avery. Buddhism sits in the middle. And this is why I chose Buddhism. And now I went to a military school. So they you know, they ran this hard through Christianity. Like a lot of Bible thumping, bumping was all over the place. So, you know, we were already being programmed like most people are. But I was able to break out of that program and see what the truth is. The truth is life is a science, not a religion. It's a science. Everything around you. The bees, they're like if you remove a certain species of frogs and bees from the planet, everything dies. It's not a religion, that's a science. That's mathematical precision at its finest. Facts. Yin yang. Mathematics almighty facts. Because it's a control. Religion is a control. Spiritual, the spirituality can't be controlled. Religion can. Tithes. Now, I'm always confused with why do you have to give money to the church? Like, does this money go to God? Like, is God bad with money? Does God need an accountant? Because I got a good accountant. You know, TJ, my accountant, hooks me up. I may need to kill him and send him to God. Because God obviously is bad with money. Because he always needs it. What type of ish is that? Like, yo, it's so in front of your face. It's kind of confusing that most people miss it. But this is the emotions. Emotions is some powerful ish, y'all. You can kick fact down the road with strong emotions. And I'm not trying to run off anybody who believes in Christianity. Believe in what you want to believe. I'm just saying. Common sense ain't that common. And sometimes you got to use common sense. Common sense can go pretty far in detecting what's happening around you. You know, common sense is some deers walk down. Facts, mathematics almighty. A deer walks down to get water. Another deer is watching. He gets his head chopped off like a crocodile, grabs him, pulls him in the water, and kills him. Does that deer need emotion or facts? He just seen it. Ain't no emotions involved. He just seen it. So he can use his common sense to go drink at another watering hole that may not be filled with crocodiles. So, you know, I know we've been programmed, but common sense can help you. The deer should have blocked. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Common sense can help you break through the emotional programming that's happened to you your whole life. Whether it been your parents, people around you, you know, the government itself, I don't know. But common sense can help you break those chains. And it helped me to see the science of life, not the religion of life. And the science is, you're a God, I'm a God. We are all gods having a human experience. That's what we are. And that's why we can die. That's why, you know, you can feel pain. Because to experience something, you got to fully be a part of it. Like, how could you really know what it is to be human if you couldn't feel pain? Yes. All martial arts are the uh, uh, are the equal sum of the pressure put on a race of man. You know, the race of foundational Black Americans have developed very high defensive skills. This is no coinky dink. The pressure put upon us has made us do that. The pressure put upon the Chinese made them develop empty hand techniques. They had to fight like ducks, monkeys, and mantises just to repel their attackers. This is the real ish of martial arts. Before the Santa Claus shit comes in. The real ish is the art itself was pressure created like a diamond. So no art can be disrespected. You can't put no art down because it's the pressure of that community that it makes it relevant, whether you like it or not. Like in China, the number one style I think is duck style, and there's like 1 million people that wake up in the morning and they doing it. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Hawaii sidecar, Aloha. It looks absolutely amazing to see damn near 1 million people doing this duck style. And they said it promotes health, makes them feel good. Is there any fight to duck style? I don't know. Maybe they got a crazy headbutt. Maybe that headbutt is amazing. I don't know. But if it's making them feel good, that's all that matters. For 10 years, damn, you're making me feel old. Hawaii sidecar, I'm feeling old up in here. Salute. That's right. Check out the Dad podcast. I was dropping jewels on that. Michael Phoenix, yeah, a dangerous headbutt. If you're doing duck style for 10 years and more, you probably headbutting through concrete. Like the juggernaut headbutt. Yes, please check out my podcast. I'm dropping jewels. I'm dropping jewels all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here. I got that. I developed that from Roberto Sharp. Anybody that knows Roberto Sharp, my teacher, knows he drops jewels. What punches does rob the bank